Welcome in, everybody.
And welcome back, too.
Yes, this is the podcast where we
Cozy up to crime.
and we enjoy ourselves while we're doing it. We also want to make a few announcements before we get into the rest of the episode. The other day when we were live streaming, this is just to explain, this is our setup right now. We're literally in a shed that we cleaned out. It used to be a tool shed. And so we've renovated it. This is our blood, sweat, and tears. And this is just a starting point for us. But we have big dreams, big plans. But we're just using what we got because we're Southern girlies, and that's just how we roll. We don't...
we make use of what we have.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, that being said, we're actually using a computer that is just the best computer we have in the house, and it died, and that's how we're streaming right now, is using my iPhone and this MacBook, because it's got a great feature that we can use for the webcam, and it's the best quality that we can
do right now.
Yeah. So. And we also have this microphone, this cute little microphone. It plugs into the computer, so it's hard to have. Sometimes the camera doesn't always connect wirelessly, so sometimes I have to connect it with a wire. So having 3 USB-C ports is really what we need, but we only have 2. So we're going to have to get some type of port where we can have more than one.
We need sponsors.
Hey, there we go. There's a good lead to, if you want to sponsor our baby podcast, we would love to have a little help getting us off the ground. It does take a little money. We're actually just in the hole. We're not making money on this podcast right now, so
we're losing money. But hey, the public service announcement and the awareness and stopping this family is worth it.
There's a person at the center of this that we don't need to really forget about. And that's Karma, because she has still not made contact.
She's a victim too.
To our knowledge, she has still not made contact with her family, and her adult daughter, Ginger, has a right to be in contact with her mother under the circumstances, just not really being sure of her well-being.
I think she's under a lot of persuasive influence right now, and so it's... Given if she was in a lucid state of mind, I guarantee you she'd be reaching out to her other daughters and her son for sure.
Because the karma that we have been told, people growing up and being around her, is that she was always kind of a little quirky, but never mean.
Right.
Not really mean.
Right.
So, anyways, again, just putting that public service announcement out for Karma. Jean Otts, if you're seeing this or hearing this in any way, we would, you don't have to reach out to us, but just a safe and trusted person. Maybe you don't trust law enforcement, but someone in maybe the field of like human health services, they would be glad to help you.
This is a security office, and she has to make contact with them, given the information that we have.
Yeah, a VA assistance program, something like that.
Yeah,
I know that.
It breaks my heart to know that she's not getting the responsible care that she should be getting, and given the information that we have and know.
Yeah. So. We're not alleging anything. We're just saying these are the things that.
Well, when 10 out of 10 people come to you and they say, yes, this is true about her.
Yes, and we've also had contact with anonymous sources that have actually put eyes on her and said, there's a reason to be concerned. So anyways, shifting gears into some announcements, Mom, if you want to.
I want to let everybody know about an event, a very great event that's coming up August the 29th. It is in Lonoke County. It is called 50 Cent Community Events, and it will be at the 16th Section Community Center in Austin, Arkansas. There is an opportunity for volunteers and donors and early access pass holders to shop from 7:15 to 8 a.m. the morning of the event. Those items are all 50 cents. They are unopened packages, unopened bags, unopened boxes, things that nobody's had eyes laid on to this yet. So if you have an early access pass, if you're a volunteer, you're a donor, you can gain access there for that first 45 minutes of this great cause. You can reach out to Jenny Gobble on Facebook. That's JennyGobble. There will be an area for people to enjoy board games and a playground and a craft area and donuts and coffee while supplies last. And the donations for the sale will be, you can donate up until 8 p.m. on August the 28th, so there's still time to contribute. But best of all, these proceeds from this event will benefit the Cabot Animal Shelter, and that shelter will have animals there available for adoption from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. And this is a nonprofit organization that Jennifer Gobble is trying to get. She's in the process of getting it registered as a 501c and things of that nature. So you're going to shop for a lot of bargains, but you might leave with a best friend. You don't know. We have our Fruppet here in the studio with us right now. She is part of the family. A family puppet. A family pet. A Fruppet. Girl, it's a crime junkie thing. So if you want to help right now and you don't have anything to donate, but you can send a monetary donation and you have a heart of giving, you can Cash App Jennifer Gobble at $JenniferGobble. So come play, come shop, come play and shop and adopt and help Lone Oak County make a difference 50 cents at a time. So with that said, I also want to give a shout out to JJ's Closet and Tanya's Consignment here in Searcy. You guys are doing amazing things, and I will be back to see you. So
I love public service. Such a
too.
good thing, because the case we're covering was supposed to be veterans aid, housing the homeless, and they ended up making some people homeless. So
they did.
We're just trying to put good back in the world, and to have a podcast where we can do that.
Yeah, and we know we're a baby podcast. We're growing. We're gaining traction. What we need from our viewers is share, because we know where this family is, and I'll say this, we know the general location.
Yes. What we need to stress this to the audience is these people and everyone involved that has been wronged by these people who have sought litigation, like we read, or we'll kind of recap a little bit since we're picking up in a weird spot because we were cut off. But when this episode actually gets onto a podcast platform, it's going to be well polished, so don't even worry about that. But it's very hard to find them because they're like ghosts. They just
and we could say most people we've talked to that have been harmed by this family know that they are fast relocators.
Yeah, which is crazy. I couldn't even imagine picking up life and we heard from Ginger how they just kind of left everything and
just left. Yeah. So with that said, there have been just a couple of updates because we are going to wrap up this season fairly quickly in this episode and the next episode. And do we want to make the thing about the volunteers?
Yeah, my mom had a really great idea, so you have the floor.
So we are looking for a couple of sleuthers. We need people to help us on our team. And now, I will say up front, you won't be paid for this because we're not getting paid. So this is all strictly volunteer work. If you love sleuthing and you love just digging to the bottom of something, reach out to us at crimeintobed@gmail.com because we're looking for a couple of responsible, sleuthing individuals who want to maybe in the future become part of our permanent team, because we're not stopping with this family. We've had people come to us and go, hey, have you heard about, hey, have you thought about, have you looked into? We've got 10 things right now that we could report on for season 2, but I think we've narrowed it down to the one that we want to report on, but we're not going to make any announcements about that yet.
Yeah.
But we do need help with this case, and we'll
let's explain why. Okay, this takes a lot of time and a lot of dedication that we are more than willing to put in,
and have.
But we also have a full-time job when it comes to maintaining the house, taking care of kids, and a grandma that needs full-time care. So it's a lot to do. We try to do it in the living room on our couch, while we just have a moment when the kids are playing or whatever. But yeah, that's why we would like to have all the manpower that we can, that these cases deserve, because that's what I feel like, not just being a good citizen is about, but also just being a part of Arkansas. Arkansans really stick together. They really help each other out. And I mean, that probably happens in other states, but I don't live in other states. I live in Arkansas.
Right.
So that's really, we've said it before, we're an Arkansas-based podcast, and I don't see that ever changing, just because that's where our heart is.
Yeah.
So
So reach out to us at crimeintobed@gmail.com. Reach out to us on Facebook through Messenger. If you have our personal numbers, reach out to us there and just let us know, hey, you're interested in joining us voluntarily. And like I said, we hope in the future that this becomes, that we are your local Arkansas podcast team, and we bring you, all of the information that you need in a format that you love.
Because you're going to get a brief summary on cases that you hear on the news or whatever. But like what we're going to do is break it all down with all the details, going directly to sources.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's
and
kind of what we need.
We were kind of blown away by the people who saw our podcast and contacted us and said, oh, I know this person that was affected by this family. Oh, I know this person that was affected by this family. Like, we had so many people, and there's still people reaching out to us, and we're still contacting people, but we do need help with FOIA requests and court document research, because the next few things that we're going to tell you about with this family are still ongoing investigations.
Yes.
This
Dougan thing is not over.
It's not over. It's over when they're behind bars.
Another thing that we're planning on doing is coming up with some like personalized highlights, I guess you could say, things that aren't just happening in Arkansas, but just like
our opinions or our thoughts on certain things.
like hot topics, making
we could go ahead and do one now if you want to.
Oh girl, I don't know.
You want to wait on that? I'll do mine.
Oh girl.
So mine
what is it about?
the Lindsay Keynes.
Okay, everybody's talking about that. So
everybody's talking about this Lindsay Clancy,
Patrick Clancy
ordeal.
First of all, I just want to say this too, and I told my mom right off the bat, when it comes to kids, we won't ever cover a case. We will never cover a case that involves children, because I can't.
So those cases might be covered by me solo, because I used to be a social worker. I've had a little bit of a hardened background when it comes to child abuse, but I will tell you, I'm a child advocate, so I will always be on the side of the child, period. But this Lindsay Clancy thing, we want to do this from the perspective of, if we were selected as a juror, sitting in that trial right now, what am I thinking? And I'm thinking, there's so much reasonable doubt at this point. There's so much reasonable doubt that I could not convict her. The woman was trying to get help for her postpartum. She was on medications. She was reaching out to psychiatrists. She was going to appointments. She did inpatient treatment. Mm-hmm. And then in a 30-minute period, her life changed drastically for something that she was trying to get help for. So, this is not to influence juries by any means, but this is, if I was selected off the street to participate in this jury duty, I cannot get past all the discrepancies that Patrick Clancy had. The shoes. I'm stuck on the shoes. Who carries... Now, I will say, I sometimes carry different pairs of shoes in my vehicle at this time. I've had 4 foot surgeries. Sometimes my feet don't fit in the shoes I want to wear, so I take my slides, because my slides are Velcro. They always fit. I get that. But did he have foot surgeries that he had to change shoes out for? Is he Mr. Rogers in his car? Like, I don't get that. So, any thoughts on that? Place it in the comments for us.
Yeah.
Because I am so stuck on, I think that she won't be convicted, because if I were a juror, I would be the person going, I can't buy this. I cannot. You're giving me information, but the information's not adding up. And I don't math. I'm not a good mather. Sometimes my math don't math. But the timelines are not syncing up for me either. Like, I just can't.
And this is, I guess I wasn't going to put my input in, but this
she
is
is.
something that I really haven't seen a lot of. I've seen a lot of people talking about this case, but like, this is something that I'll just go ahead and like out myself. I have been following the Charlie Kirk case for ever since it happened, because it was something that deeply moved me, akin to the JFK assassination for me, because I was obsessed with the JFK assassination.
I'm still obsessed with the JFK assassination.
But all of that to say, one huge thing about the Charlie Kirk thing is that there's a lot of people putting out that like there's just no doubt, like Tyler Robinson did it without a doubt, like already proven, and he's not even been to trial yet. So
is he still in jail?
Yeah, I think so. But
I think he is too. I think I heard.
Yeah, I don't think he's out on bond for some. No,
yeah, I don't think he can.
So, anyways, when it comes to any type of court case, like trial, etc., I believe in following the law. And yeah, you're innocent until proven guilty. And I don't like people talking about how, like, of course she did it, and villainizing her before she's even convicted.
Right.
I mean, I know that she's, had a confession, which I haven't followed, like, there's still research that I need to do into the case. I am just kind of catching up with everybody else right now. But, yeah, it's hard for me to actually take someone seriously who is convicting someone before even a jury has convicted them. Like, let the case play out before you have such a strong opinion.
Well, I heard that this is a very peculiar case, because she does have a confession, and so that is one thing that the prosecution and the defense both agree on, is that she is guilty. However, her guilty by reasonable, by insanity, like, this could be a mistrial based on that, because like I said, I would be the one juror in that room going, you guys, let's remember this and remember this and remember this. So I would be the one juror that would be, I would not be able to convict her. I would not be able to say she's guilty beyond a reasonable doubt, because there's so much reasonable doubt already.
Yeah.
So, with all that said, we're sorry that we went on that rabbit hole, but we do kind of want to give you, if we were a juror, this is what we would be thinking at this point in certain cases. And, of course, the one you talked about, yeah, she follows that. When I say she follows that like a stray dog does a can of food. Like,
I'm not obsessed.
She's not obsessed. She's passionate.
And because like I said, anyways, I'm not going to get off on this.
We'll do yours next time. So,
where we left off last time, let's kind of do a recap. Okay. We covered very excruciatingly. I'm sorry if you guys got bored, but we had to make a point. The grammar was absurd. It was absurd. You cannot claim that you're a grant writer and you can't freaking write.
Okay. Apparently, I like to put things into analogies. But she's going in there and she's saying, hey, I'll write your essays for you in high school and you can pay me. But I don't know where to put a comma. But I can read 20,000 words per minute.
She's a...
Like,
okay, I can't
I'm with
put my
you. I know it
commentary-
was a very boring episode if you watched it because we did break down the letter, but it's like she's right. You're selling your writing skills and you can't use proper punctuation.
Mm-hmm.
You can't use words. You're using a lot of reiteration. If you would read your letter the way that it should be read, you probably would be embarrassed, in my opinion, because I would be embarrassed if I sent that to somebody. I'd be embarrassed if I sent that to you because of all the grammar mistakes. So
yeah, and I wonder if the guy reading it looked at, like, probably didn't pick up on it the first time, but, you know, looking back on it and be like,
I should have known.
She don't know what she's talking about. Anyways.
And we do know what NSF stands for, as we were speaking about it, and this is also one of the points we made in our last podcast, is that when you refer to a title or a company, you're supposed to spell it out the first time, put it in parentheses, put commas around it, and abbreviate it at that point. That way you can refer to it as that throughout the document. NSF, as we were like, not sufficient funds. Yes, in the financial world, it means that. In this particular situation, it meant National Science Foundation, which makes perfect sense because he was a bioengineer of some sort, and he was trying to look for grants to do bioengineering.
Yeah.
So there you go, National Science Foundation.
I learn something new every day.
Yeah.
So we got to the point where, you know, we go through the lawsuit, and the lawsuit was not the only negative attention surrounding AMD Consulting. It had gotten a really bad review on Facebook, so let's go there. This Facebook post is kind of the only one that I could find, and I'll like,
I found two.
Regarding AMD Consulting.
Yes. If we have time, we'll pull it up. But if not, okay. So that was one of them, and then there was another one by the name of
So
I'll have to go back and look at that, and we'll just update it later.
Okay, so here is like the big aha that I was trying to get across the last episode is the concerns that we have is that AMD Consulting, if you'll look here, they're writing a review about AMD Consulting, led by CEO Allison Dougan. They're saying that she is engaging in fraudulent activities by deceiving numerous organizations into providing them with substantial amounts of money. Although they assert an outstanding success rate of 96%, they have failed to provide any evidence to substantiate this claim. Our collaboration with AMD began in September, during which they declared they had applied for over 100 grants, totaling $1,850,000 in
FBI.
funding, despite the promises. Well, that's just a claim. I don't think that's...
I know it's a claim, but it's also a claim that they can look into.
Anyways, basically, this person is writing this complaint about AMD Consulting. Well, you might be curious.
That right there. Go ahead and read that part. Quote, despite being a newly established nonprofit organization, all the funds we received from individual donations were misappropriated instead of being utilized to develop our organizations. These culprits, who employ social media and a Facebook grant writing page to attract clients, have deceitfully posted favorable reviews on their own pages, including those from their affiliated organizations. There you have it, folks. That's from somebody we don't know.
Yeah.
Saying your posts and reviews are fake.
which we didn't pull this up, but there is a website called Alignable, where this person is correct. Like, you can see Angie Neal, which is, we believe, Angela Dougan, posting about how great AMD Consulting is.
Oh, wait, no, Angie Neal is the notary public that notarizes their real estate transactions that are allegedly pretty fraudulent.
I don't think Angie...
She's
Angela.
out of Heber.
That's a real person?
That's a real person. Angie Neal, yes.
Okay, well,
she is their notary public.
Let me correct that statement then. Sorry, Angie Neal.
But Angela did post reviews for them that were fake.
So I want to get into this. This is the big, like, okay, they're posting about AMD Consulting, but Magdalene and Co. is tagged, and that is because...
Mm-hmm. You guessed it.
AMD Consulting has rebranded as of May. I think this started in May. Yeah.
Where's their location?
Hold on. Let me go back to what I can
Okay.
see. The first post is...
I think you're right. I think that's what I remember seeing, actually, too.
Okay.
May, right there.
Yep. I'm trying to get it to go down further, but I think that's it. All right.
May 18th of this year.
And just to be transparent, I actually had my cousin reach out to the contact information listed on the site because I wanted to see if she would respond. And we did not get a response.
The same one that did for the... What's that location on that webpage?
This says Billings, Montana, I believe.
I thought so. Okay. We've done a little bit of looking into other states that...
Yeah,
as we
Billings,
wrap up this
Montana,
season,
which I've looked at that address. It is not...
It's, every address that they give will send you to a business, like a outlet mall type place, and this is for addresses except for the one in Yellville. These are not residential addresses. So
let's just read this real quick. Let's
Okay.
just see how...
Okay, because you also have that one where she's trying to be the author.
So Amelia Black, founder of Magdalene & Co., a purpose-driven grant writing firm dedicated to helping organizations secure the funding they need to create meaningful...
Miss Amelia.
I'm
gonna let Philesha take that one because how many names do you go by, Allison? How many names?
That just does it for me because I imagine being in a legal kerfluffle.
I love that word.
And you kind of get away with it. I mean, I don't, like we said, don't know what has transpired since the ending of that, if she's paid any of that money back, but it does seem like the cycle is they just do these things and get away with it. Like they come out kind of scot-free. Yes. Their reputation's ruined.
Everybody we have talked to has said, how are they getting away with this?
Yep.
We don't know. That is why we're reporting it to you, because they travel in a group of 6, okay? One's an elderly woman. One is a woman who walks with a cane and wears sunglasses 99.9% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
And they're in a Chevy Suburban. Be on the lookout. Here's a bolo for you guys down in South Texas. I can also update and say I have made some contacts in that area with law enforcement. I have sent them our information. I have sent them all of the links and court document links and news article links in the areas that we've known them to be in. That way hey, at least we're doing our part on this end to get that information out. So, a business page may have a new name, but that does not necessarily erase it publicly in history. In this case, older tags and mentions associated with the page still refer to it as AMD Consulting.
Let me pull that up. I'm gonna put a correlation here.
Okay.
So.
Oh yeah, they are. So let's open the page and follow this history for ourselves, okay? Just so that we're all on the same.
Ozark
No pun
Safety
intended.
Cabins, right here. Ozark Safety Cabins mentioned, let's see. I wish I could pull this up and make it bigger. How?
Right over here. The green.
Well, I mean on the screen.
Hit Control plus plus. And get on the page and hit Control plus plus plus.
So it doesn't work the same because I'm interacting with it.
Oh, you've got it. I see you've got it up there. Okay. So yeah, they've got on Magdalene and Company. Ozark Safety Cabins has posted on there.
Here we go.
What does it say?
Okay, I can fix it right here. Yeah, so Ozark Safety Cabins, August 5th of 2023 says, exciting news, our brand new headquarters is ready to make a difference across America, catering to the unique needs of the homeless, veterans, and other individuals seeking tiny off-grid cabins or even bunkers.
Oh.
We're your one-stop shop offering a wide range of options. Whether you're looking for self-sufficient cabins or sturdy bunkers, we've got you covered. Reach out today and set up a meeting with our dedicated staff. Hold on. We got to see more. Come on.
You really need a mouse attached to that. Our
Okay.
dedicated staff.
Yeah, so dedicated
Plus for
staff
all
plus
the-
for all the incredible organizations out there, we've teamed up with AMD Consulting
Oh, wow.
to help secure grants and maximize impact. Let's work together, create lasting change. Okay, so
She teamed up with herself.
well, her mother and her teamed up to do some scam-a-lemon.
It's a
Scam-a-lemon.
scamily. Yes, it is. And there it is. An older public mention identifying this page as AMD Consulting. Magdalene and Company, AMD Consulting. The name displayed today may be different, but this surviving mention connects the page to its former identity, and that brings us to the reason why we felt this story needed to be told now. Like, they posted that July, June, 3 months ago.
Kind of lit the fire under our hind ends to get this podcast out, because we're like, they're gearing up their Ozark Safety Cabins Facebook page. They're re-engaging this, rebranding this AMD Consulting page. You've just seen that for yourself.
Yeah.
And we also just want to be very clear that changing the name of a business does not by itself prove that anyone is preparing to scam another person. Businesses do rebrand every day, and we can't claim to know what Allison's intentions were.
But our concern does come from the context surrounding this particular name change. We have a lawsuit alleging that Protomix paid $15,000 for grant writing services it claimed were not delivered as promised.
Yep.
Pattern. We have a $15,000 default judgment entered against AMD Consultation Firm, LLC, and we have negative online accounts from people describing their own alleged experiences. And now, the Facebook page, once publicly identified as AMD Consulting, appears under the name of Magdalene & Co.
And that worries us, and it should worry you guys, because a prospective client who discovers this page under its new name may never think to search for AMD Consulting.
Good point.
I hope that they would think to look at their mentions, and then maybe they could see that, wait, this has changed. And then you look at Ozark Safety Cabins, and then you see our podcast.
Hopefully.
They may never see the older reviews, public complaints, or court record connected to that former name. But like I said, maybe we've gotten the word out there to warn
Right.
people enough. But
Maybe we're going to put AMD Consulting and Ozark Safety Cabins and Magdalene and Co. in our taglines and hashtags and mentions, because then you'll see our podcast and you'll know
well,
it's fraud.
Allison's in our thumbnail.
She is.
The picture, by the way, in our thumbnail is Allison, and she had used that for her AMD Consulting professional picture at one time. So, anyways,
Yeah.
what are you saying?
So we're not saying that a new name automatically means a new scam. However, we are saying that a new name should not erase an old history.
Yeah. And because I have my own firsthand experience involving Allison, I know how important it is for potential customers to have access to information that could help them make more informed decisions before handing over their trust and their money.
Sure. Yeah. So if you're considering hiring any consultant, whether it is this business or another, look beyond the name displayed. Ask for the company's full legal name, check its registration with the Secretary of State, search court records, reviews, former business names, and the names of the people operating it.
Get every promise in writing, require specific deadlines and deliverables, ask for references, and also ask that you be able to independently verify this information. And whenever possible, structure payments around completed work instead of paying everything up front.
That's good. Hey, yeah.
Yeah.
So our purpose today is not to predict what Allison will do next, because we're going to get into something here where you're going to be blown away by what happens next. But it is to make sure that documented history of AMD consultation firm does not disappear simply because a Facebook page has a different name.
Yes. So, because a business can change its name, its logo, and its branding, its CEO, aka Amelia Black, whatever that is. But the receipts do remain.
And we will continue watching, documenting, and podcasting and following those receipts wherever they lead on this family. We're not stopping with this.
So, until next time, keep sleuthing.
Stay cozy. And
always stay curious.
So, but do we want it to... Okay. We're still recording. So,